Imagine this huge, vast plain, and it's just dotted with thousands of ancient spires, all reaching for the sky. This isn't some forgotten land. It's actually a living museum, a place that really captivates historians, pilgrims, curious travelers too.
Right. Our sources compare it to really iconic sites, don't they? Like Angkor Wat, Borobudur. They call it a place with this unique kind of positive energy.
Exactly. So today we're doing a deep dive into Bagan in Myanmar. We're talking its magnificent past, its incredible art, and what it's actually like to experience it firsthand.
Yeah, we'll unpack the history, look at the architecture, those amazing temples, explore the traditional crafts.
And get a glimpse into the culture that keeps it all going. Our mission here is to pull out the most important insights, give you those aha moments, and really leave you feeling well-informed about this, extraordinary place.
Let's do it.
Okay, so let's unpack Bagan. It's not just a city, right? It's this huge archaeological complex.
Sprawling, yeah. Over 100 square kilometers. It's right there on the Irrawaddy River, about 150 kilometers from Mandalay.
And it goes way back. Founded in 849 CE.
That's the founding date, yeah. But it really became prominent as the capital of the pagan kingdom. That lasted for over 200 years, starting around 1044 CE.
So what was that period like? Must have been quite something.
Oh, it was a golden age, a time of just immense prosperity, power. The kingdom basically controlled almost all of what we now call Myanmar.
Wow.
And here's the truly astonishing part, something our sources really emphasize. During that peak, between the 9th and 13th centuries, they think something like 13,000 structures were built.
13,000.
Temples, pagodas, stupas, monasteries. Yeah, think about that density on one plane.
That's almost impossible to picture.
It just speaks volumes about the devotion, the wealth, the sheer scale of spiritual expression back then. A whole society focused on it.
So that sheer volume of building, it's mind-boggling. But this powerful kingdom, it eventually declined. What happened?
Well, there was internal strife that played a part, but the final blow really came from the Mongols, an invasion in 1287 CE. Apparently, the kingdom refused to pay tribute. But, the story doesn't just end there. Bagan actually revived later on in the 15th century as this really important Buddhist pilgrimage center.
And it still is today.
Absolutely. It's a place where people still study the Pali language, religion, astrology even. It's very much alive.
So when you visit today, you're greeted by this incredible legacy. What, over 3,600 structures still standing?
Yeah, in various states, of course. Many are ruins, especially after a big earthquake back in 1975.
Though some have been restored. Which brings up an interesting point from the sources. Given how significant it clearly is, why did it take until 2019 for Bagan to get UNESCO World Heritage status?
That is a great question. And it really highlights this tricky balance, between preserving something and maybe intervening too much.
Right.
So our sources explain that an initial application back in 1995 was actually rejected.
Really? Why?
Because the authorities then were seen as, ignoring expert advice on restoration. They apparently did some unskillful restoration in the 90s that might have done more harm than good.
Oof, that's tough.
Yeah. So it took decades, really, of improved, more careful conservation work before UNESCO finally granted the status. It recognized both the site's value and the commitment to doing preservation the right way.
That really underlines the responsibility, doesn't it? Looking after these ancient places.
Absolutely.
And the scale of what's left is it's astonishing. All these different structures, different styles, ages, sizes, tiny stupas right next to massive temples you can actually go inside or climb.
It's a real tapestry of architecture.
So let's dig into some of the really iconic ones, the ones that kind of define Bagan's landscape. Where should we start?
You almost have to start with Ananda Temple. It's often called the Jewel of Bagan.
The Jewel, okay.
Founded around 1091 CE, some sources say 1105 by King Kyansita. It's one of the best preserved, one of the most revered.
And what's inside?
Inside, you find these 4 enormous standing Buddha statues. They're like 8.5 meters tall, made of teak, covered in gold leaf. And each one faces a cardinal direction, north, south, east, west.
So that positioning is deliberate, obviously?
Oh, absolutely. It's not just aesthetic. It's like a statement about the kingdom's cosmology, their spiritual center, their influence radiating outwards. The name itself, Ananda, means infinite wisdom. in Pali.
Infinite wisdom. Nice.
And it's still a really important site. They have an annual pagoda festival there that draws thousands of people.
That's a powerful image stone, gold, and living tradition. Okay, from Ananda, we're next. Shwesagon Pagoda.
Yes, Shweza. That's over in Yongyu. It's unique because it's the only big gilded pagoda in Bagan.
The only gold one.
The only main one that's fully gilded, yeah. And it's one of the oldest, most significant. Construction started around 1056 CE by King Anaratha. He was a big defender of Theravada Buddhism.
And finished later.
Finished by his son, King Kriyonsetta, around 1090 CE. It's incredibly sacred. They say it houses 2 actual bones of the Buddha.
Whoa. No wonder it's important.
Exactly. And lots of legends surround it too, like trees blooming all year round inside the grounds, or golden leaves only ever landing within its walls, that kind of thing.
Huh. Adds to the mystique. Then there's Damayangi Temple. That one looks really different, almost pyramid-like.
It really does. It's the largest monument in all of Bagan, often called the Pyramid of Bagan because of that shape.
Who built that one?
King Narathu in the 12th century. And the brickwork. It's just remarkable. So precise, the joints are almost seamless even today, which is incredible engineering for the time.
Amazing craftsmanship. Is there a story behind it?
There is, and it's quite a dark one. Legend says Narathu built it to atone for his sins.
Sins like?
Killing his own father and brother.
Yikes.
Yeah. And the legend also says he himself was killed inside the temple eventually. So that incredible precision in the brickwork, maybe it speaks to this almost obsessive drive for perfection, perhaps driven by guilt or needing spiritual merit.
A fascinating, if grim, backstory for such an imposing building. Okay, and Sulamani Pagoda. The name sounds special.
It means crown jewel in ancient Pali.
Oh.
Built later, 1183 CE, by King Narapati Su. This one really showcases a more refined level of artistry. It's got these intricate stucco carvings, scenes from the Jataka tales, the stories of Buddha's past lives.
Beautiful details.
And one of the best things is how natural light just fills the inside. It illuminates the Buddha statues and these delicate frescoes that are still on the walls.
Lovely. And you mentioned some others that PNU is the highest, 61 meters?
That's the one.
Yeah.
And Shwesagon Pagoda is famous for sunrise and sunset views, though it can get crowded.
Right. You mentioned exploring quieter spots.
Yeah, our sources suggest trying places like Damayazika. You might get a more, secluded personal experience there, a bit more connection with the place itself, away from the main crowds.
Good tip. Okay, let's shift gears a bit from the buildings themselves to the artistry, the craftsmanship that's just woven into Myanmar's identity. Our sources make this interesting point that the people there don't really draw a sharp line between art and craft.
That's right. They talk about their 10 colors of arts, the Pansamyo.
Pansamyo.
These are ancient, highly revered traditional crafts, and they're really deep in the cultural code.
So what does that tell us about how they view creativity?
I think it shows this profound worldview where, every act of creation, whether it's building a massive temple or just crafting a small box, it's filled with meaning, with reverence. These aren't just decorative skills, they're fundamental cultural expression.